So, why did you co-found MAES?
Well, we kind of got the idea from MAES after being engineers and scientists here on campus. We wanted to be involved in a organization that would both help us grow and be a part of the Purdue experience and just be involved with Purdue. And originally, we were in another organization that had these values in their mission statement. Unfortunately, when we tried to be active with them, we felt that they weren't doing as much with Purdue and with the community, and we didn't get the experience that we were hoping for to grow as engineers. So a group of engineers got together and we started talking about what we could do to help this organization turn to what we wanted it to. And unfortunately, they didn't allow us to do that. They kind of shunned us out from the rest of the group. So our response was to create our own organization where we could promote the values that we thought were important to the students here on campus, to scientists and engineers. And with the help of the minority engineering program, we were able to start MAES and start our organization that kind of the way that we saw was fit for engineers, I guess, and scientists and stuff.
Okay, so that organization, was it SHIP?
It was SHIP.
Yeah.
It was SHIP, and I guess there's a lot of they had a lot of funding, and it was very little. Meetings were really short, 10-minute meetings. Pretty much they consisted of eating pizza, reminder about paying your fees, and that was it. Really, in the barbecue, there was always an event like a barbecue. Nothing really that promoted science and engineering. Nothing that really got involved with the community. So Rube Goldberg was something that I really wanted to do, and we talked to someone about getting that going with Chip, and they're like, yeah, we'll get that going. Comes January, there's still not a team formed. Emails are not getting responded, so I was like, this is not what I want to do. This is not helping me. It's not. I'm losing my freshman year of being involved with Purdue, and really an organization is really for you to get experiences and connect with people, and I really felt I wasn't doing that, so it was one of the reasons.
Okay, so what is your first experience with MAES?
First experience was actually kind of like the founding fathers. We got together and we had to draft a constitution, because this is just the Purdue chapter. It's not. We didn't start MAES in general. MAES is an organization, like a national organization. Mm-hmm. We just had the idea of starting Purdue's chapter. So part of the process of doing that was we had to get together and draft up a constitution of why we felt there needed to be a MAES here. So that was pretty fun, being in a founding father, the Constitution, thinking of the future and all the things. That was a pretty good leadership experience where we had to think outside of the box and not just for ourselves, but for the benefit of others.
Did that help you with your resume at all for jobs or internships?
Sorta. I think what helped more with getting my job was Rube Goldberg rather than starting the MAES, because they were really interested in the project managing and all the technical type stuff. But I think it did help. It did help a bit because they saw that we were taking initiative and not really just being satisfied with what some people pretty much had us do and be a part of. We didn't feel that was really beneficial to us, so I guess the initiative side of it kind of helped.
Okay. So what do you expect out of MAES?
I expect MAES to keep growing and to be more involved. Freshman year, or the first year of MAES, we had, I forget what kind of events we had, but they were more of getting together with other engineers and scientists and just kind of social type events. But it's grown to now we're doing Rube, we're doing the Science Extravaganza, we're doing a lot of community events, as well as just social events for networking pretty much with other students, and that's pretty important. So we just want to get more people to get involved, and I think we're up to 40 to 50 members, about 30 active members, really active members. But we want that number to grow, so as people get busy with their schoolwork, you have other people that are able to help out with the events and stuff. And I just really want MAES to keep growing and to stay active. like Taco Tuesdays. We put on a lot of events, and I think that's important to get the name of MAES out there. So just growth is good.
So do you plan on being like Nesby or better than Nesby?
We want to be up there. We want to be with Nesby, and I think we're great. We're getting there. We still have a little bit of work to do, but usually when like the big engineering events or MAES, or not MAES, well, this is how it used to be before, was Ship, Swede, Nesby. Those are the big three, like sort of like engineering groups that did events here, and we want to be among those four. And I think we've done that with the banquet. We've helped out with the banquet, and we're doing that with Rube. So we definitely want to have like our own banquet and be a part of those big three.
Okay.
So yeah, that's our goal, to be that big.
So other than running for other than being the president of Rube, what else have you contributed to MAES?
Well, I was the first year. I was founding father, and I was also the vice president. So I held that leadership position for two years, and then we felt it was necessary to have other students, take those leadership positions, so we could kind of guide them to make sure that there's a steady transition, because we were really, adamant about keeping MAES alive, but we wanted to make sure that passion was held by other students. So we kind of, transitioned and helped with that transition a little bit.
So how much has Rube accomplished this far?
Rube has been making progress. The first year we did this, we placed, I think it was 5th or 4th out of like 6 teams. And that was our first year out of the blue. We had no expectations as to like, we didn't know what to expect out of it. So it was kind of like, we just went to the call out, they explained the rules, and we're like, okay, we'll go with that. I didn't know that we had to like write out the steps and come up with the storyline, so it kind of put me on the spot the first year, and I was like, all right, you want to explain your machine? And I was like, I wasn't expecting this. So I just kind of, told them the truth. Like, this is our first year doing Rube Goldberg. We just had a lot of fun messing with different equipments and steps, and we hope to be back next year and be better. And that's what we did. Second year, we ended up placing 2nd out of 4 teams, which I was really proud of. And eventually, we want to beat PSB, because they're really serious about what they do. And I think we can put up a fight with them next year.
What kind of feelings do you have when you are with other MAES members?
The other MAES members, I think we're good. We're really strong friends, because we're there to help each other out. And if someone asks for something like, hey, can you help me with this homework? Can you help me with this project? Or what kind of classes do you think I should take? I think we help out in that sense. And we've just become really good friends. And doing activities together really, makes that bond strong. So I think being part of MAES and like any other organization is really good, and networking and becoming friends with other people. Definitely, there's really strong friendships that are built. Some things that I kind of don't like, I guess you can say, is like MAES, Mexican American Society of Engineers and Scientists, but we really don't need anyone like to be Mexican. That's not a requirement. And I feel sometimes that some of the members are like, oh, you're Mexican, you would know being a Mexican. I feel like sometimes that like kind of hurts like the people that aren't Mexican, because I wouldn't want to be in like a conversation where they're talking about like a specific race. Like that sometimes kind of it's not such a good thing. And but I feel like you aside from that, we're pretty strong. Like
okay, so what are like some of the languages and the language practices that MAES has?
We run our meetings in English, but sometimes students, they talk in Spanish, and I think that's kind of a good thing, because you want to practice your language. If you know another language and you have other people to practice it with, I think it's a good idea to just keep fresh with it, and knowing another language isn't a bad idea. But the meetings are run in English. Sometimes students, you have a group of like 4 or 5 students that just carry conversation in Spanish. But if someone that doesn't understand Spanish, you kind of make sure that they understand, that they know what they're saying, so they don't get left out.
How does MAES preserve their culture/heritage?
By sort of incorporating that culture/heritage into their like events, like Taco Tuesdays. We can do fundraising. When we do fundraising, we can do any type of fundraising, but one of the fundraising that we do is Taco Tuesdays, and that's sort of like making homemade food that we've learned from our parents and from our ancestors. Like our logo T-shirt designs, we try to incorporate various things from our heritage and stuff, things like that.
Okay, so being a co-founder, did you expect to preserve the heritage of any type of Latinos?
Yeah, I did. As I was saying earlier, I kind of wanted to stray away from the whole being solely Mexican American. I like that fact, but we want to include Latinos and Hispanics from everywhere. So we kind of don't want to focus on one specific race or ethnicity, like Mexican. We just want to. If it was up to me, I'd change the name to something else other than Mexican American, because engineers, like Hispanic and Latino engineers, they can relate to each other. Not solely Mexicans can get along with Argentinians or people from Honduras and stuff. So we kind of want to break that, that country barrier in some way.